Alright, this is what we're going to be making. I made this one a long time ago, and you can tell I made this when I first started because I got a handful of things that ain't right, you know. Like on the deer Santa, we don't need this little chut here. And then you can tell that I didn't size that very well. Or this one, you know, everything's off a little bit. But we're going to make one that's going to hopefully come out a lot better tonight. What we're going to need is just some magnet paper. This one has the sticky side on it. I couldn't find any without the sticky side, so we're going to go ahead and put our vinyl onto the sticky, which means we have to be real careful and precise when we do it, because sticky on sticky don't come up. The other things we're going to need is some strong grip transfer tape, because we're going to be using this purple shimmer vinyl right here. So those two go hand in hand. Then next, we're going to need just some regular transfer tape to go along with this peel and stick vinyl that I got from Target. I'm hoping, since it was a fail cutting it before, that would be in simple shapes tonight that we're going to be doing, that it'll work. But this is going to be our background on our magnet. And this is what we're going to cut our letters out of. Again, this is that Target peel and stick vinyl, and hopefully it works out okay. We're also going to need our cutter. And I'm going to be using a standard grip mat for tonight. Now, to get started, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with y'all. This took a little bit of setting up to get it right, but I believe I have it where I can share everything I'm doing with y'all. Go ahead to create a new project. We're going to upload the file, which I made it before, so it should be in here towards the bottom, way back when. As soon as my computer decides to catch up. Let's see. If not, we'll have to upload it again. There we go. Gonna insert it. Alright, as you can see, it's really big on here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab our magnet and I'm going to measure it to see how big it is using my Cricut mat, which it is 8 by 5. But I'm going to show you a trick for making sure that to make sure we have our background nice and perfect on this magnet. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, scroll down here, we're going to unlock it, and we're going to do our width at, I believe, we're going to do 7.75 on our width. Oh, went a little far. .75. Ooh, that didn't work out right now, did it? Like I said, might be a craft fail tonight. 7.75. There we go. And then we're going to go here and go 4.75. That way we can move on to the next step, because this guy's actually good to go now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move y'all on over to the next camera mount. Here in a second. I said crap if I'm in a truck. Space is not something we have a whole lot of. So now we're going to go ahead and move on up to our next camera, which I'm sorry for the shakiness, of course, but it is what it is, my friends. Alright, and now y'all should be able to see what I'm doing down here. So we're going to start with our cutter. And we're going to get out our white that we're going to use for a background. And we're going to go ahead and cut it. Since we know our magnet is 8 by 5, we're going to go ahead and cut this 8.5 by 5.5. Okay. Now we got this piece. Next thing we're going to do, like I said, since we're working with sticky, we're going to go ahead and go in here. Actually, let's back up a step. We're going to get our mat out. And we'll go ahead and take our magnet, and we're going to place it in the center of the mat where the mat's the stickiest still. Go ahead and make sure it's laid down good and flat. And we'll go ahead and peel up this backing here. Toss that up front to the garbage can. Now here's why we cut our paper or our vinyl bigger than our magnet. So what we're going to do, go ahead and peel that off again. Send our garbage to the garbage can up front for loops for the probably drag everywhere. And we're just going to take this and we're going to make sure that we overlay the entire magnet. So like I said, we're working with sticky on sticky. So you got to be real careful not to get air bubbles all up in it. See? We got one right there, but I think I'm going to be able to work it out. Yeah, there they go. There's one out. There's two out. Sorry about the top of my head, but I'm just going to double check it. Looks like we're good to go. Alright. And now the next thing we're going to do is So I'm going to pull y'all back down for a second, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do in design space with this. Now, back over here, so y'all can see what I'm doing. We're going to take this whole layer, come right here, and we're going to hide it. Okay? Then we're going to go over to shapes, get us a square, and then we're going to come over here, we're going to unlock it, and like I said, we know we got 8, so we're going to tell this we want it to cut 7.85 by 4.85. So remember, we sized our SVG to 7.75 and 4.75. And then once we cut this, we may have to look at resizing our SVG. So next, we're going to go over here to make it. And since I did put this starting at the 3 in 2 lines, so we're going to just take this on down and line it up like this, coming in just a hair. So, looks good. And we're going to go ahead and continue. Wants us to select our device, which we're using my Air 2 today. The maker is at home. Might help if I actually turn the machine on. Like I said, guys, 21 hours and moving. We're going to go over here to browse all materials, all categories. We're going to go to other, and I'm going to go ahead and tell it, see right here, magnetic sheet adhesive back, right here, 0.35 millimeter is what we got. So we're going to click that and go to done, which our fine point blade will cut it. I'm going to tell it to give more pressure. Okay. And now it means we're going to go ahead and move on up to our machine, which means we're moving to the third holder of the phone. So here we go. Slide y'all in here so y'all can see this. And now I have to climb on up myself because we done moved to the top bunk of the truck. Alright. Over here, our button's flashing to load our mat. So, like most of us already know, we're going to go ahead and load our mat. And I have my machine set to custom, which y'all probably already saw that. My Cricut button's flashing. I'm going to press it. Go ahead and test the blade. And here we go, we cutting. And now, just like I do with shimmer vinyl or glitter HTV or glitter vinyl, I always cut twice. So instead of hitting the unload button now, that's over here flashing, I'm gonna hit my cricut button again. And see, it goes off. The buttons aren't doing anything. Cricut button lights back up. And now it's gonna cut the same line a second time with more pressure. So this way, when I unload it this time, which I'm going to check it before I unload it, that it wants to do right. So I'm just going to come up here in this corner and try to see. It's pretty well cut by the looks of things, so we're going to go ahead and unload it. Alright. And I'm going to move this down there. And then I'll move you guys down too once I get down. Alright. Setting you guys up to watch from the eye in the sky. So, now that we've got to this point, it should be real easy to just take this and voila. Now we're perfect on our adhesive side of our magnet. We don't have any air bubbles. And as you can see, all I did was cut just a little bit off the edges of the magnet. So we still have a clean surface to work with, a professional looking surface to work with. So the other thing I don't think I was able to point out too well on that other one I did, but you can see along here that I didn't know how to cut more than once back then. So there's cut lines in the vinyl here, and there's an air bubble right here. We don't have that with this one. See? Big difference so far. So get rid of that for the time being. We're going to use our scraper tool so we don't curl our magnet, because believe it or not, it will curl. Use that just like so. And it separates our magnet without curling it. We'll set that to the side for now. Because the next step, we're going to cut out. I'm going to move y'all on down now. Well, actually, we'll do this. We'll go ahead and put our purple shimmer vinyl on here. Make sure it's down real good. And the next step is to move you guys back on down with me so y'all can see what I'm doing in Design Space. Well, I got y'all all discombobulated, I'm sorry. Alright, we're going to go back and hit finished. Then we're going to come here and we're going to bring this layer back. And we will move it to the front. You see, it looks like it's just going to be a hair tight. So I think what we'll do is we'll just take it down to 7.5. See, I like that now. And take this one down to 4.5. Alright, now we're going to select. So now that we've got it down and we know that it'll fit in there real nicely for us, all we've got to do now this to the side. We're going to go ahead and get rid of our rectangle. And we're going to hit make it. Alright. So as you can see, we got multiple color mats here. And since Dear Santa is going to be our shimmer HTV, or shimmer vinyl I should say, we're going to cut it first since I already have it on the mat. So we will, everything looks good. So we're going to hit continue. It's finding our machine. Just waiting on it to load on up. And we're going to come here to browse all materials. We're going to go to vinyl. And this is premium shimmer vinyl right here. I'm going to select it and we're going to favorite it because I use it quite often. On shimmer vinyl, I always do more pressure and I'm going to let it cut twice. So I'm going to go ahead and move y'all up to the next camera. Sorry about all that. Like I said, working with a tight space and trying to make everything work out just right. Doesn't always go smoothly, but we're working with it. We're going to load our mat. And there's our flashing cricut button. And while that cuts, I'm going to go ahead and load our next vinyl on a different mat. Okay, it sounds like it's finished cutting the first round up there. So we're going to go ahead and push our cricut button again so that it'll cut it one more time. few minutes, we're going to go ahead and cut out the rest. Alright, we're about to unload that mat and load our next mat. And it's just going to be regular premium vinyl at a default pressure. I'm not going to be doing any extra pressure. Just gonna go ahead and load this mat on in. And that'll cut real quick. And this is where it'd be nice if I had somebody else to talk to, because this is the time filler. While we wait on the machine to just cut out the stuff, and hopefully this time it cuts this vinyl and it doesn't shred it as it cuts it. So that was the problem I had with it the last time. Oh, and it looks like it's already starting to tear it up. So let's hope that that's a part we're going to take out that it tried to pull up. And this is not on fast mode, because I'm pretty sure on fast mode this stuff would shred. So like I said, this was cheap. This was $1 at Target, and thus far, with cutting words out of it, I have not been impressed. So we're going to see how it does today. Looks like it's working on the next sentence already. How many of y'all are ready for Tanner to announce the winner of the iPad? I know I'm sitting on pins and needles waiting. I know there's a whole lot of testimonials for him to go through, but I'm so ready to find out who he picked. Been anxious for a while now. Who knows, maybe since I'm filming this on YouTube, I'll be able to figure out how to cut out some of this dead space for y'all. You see, guys, we can see right here where it kind of messed up. But it looks like that's parts of it that's going to get weeded out anyway. So we might be in luck. That and I'm using one of the premium blades instead of the regular 5-point blades. Oh, and I didn't mention before, but the cut file is from Annie Tay and her membership. So yeah, I'm a member of both Maker's Gonna Learn and Annie Tay's business membership. Which, if you have the spare money to do it, I suggest getting both. Between the two of them, you're set to do and create anything. And it looks like we're about done. Yeah, we're at 87%, 88%. Looks like it's going to finish that second one. So for anybody that's new to Cricut, if it ever does like it did here, where it finished half of this sentence and went up to the next sentence, did all of it, now it's coming back and finishing up where it left off. Sometimes I think the Cricut has ADD and forgets what it was doing and jumps to the next thing and then has to remember to come back and finish. Or at least that's what happens to me. Ooh, it just tore that letter up. Yeah, you see, we got this little tear up here, but we're gonna unload, and then we're gonna come on down, and we're gonna weed our projects. So here we go, switching y'all back to the overhead. Loose for butts in the way. So what we'll do is we'll start with our shimmer, and what I'm going to do is get it up. There's different techniques people use for taking vinyl and paper off the mat. Some people just rip it off and it curls all up. Other people flip it over and go with gravity. I like using my large scraper tool to take it off, and it comes off nice and clean every time. So that one's off. We'll go ahead and put our film back over this one and put it away, because we have this one that we'll go ahead and weed on after we trim all our vinyl down. Now with this one, since it's a full 12 by 12 sheet, I will go with gravity, and as you can see, all that means is curling your mat away without snapping your mat. You see, especially since we had these letters, got a little messed up in it, but we're going to be all right. So next we're going to take our trimmer and we're going to trim off the excess out of our way. To make weeding that much simpler. And so that we're not wasting vinyl, because I think I figured out that this stuff just needs a tender touch and it'll do okay. And then this one, guys, like the craft scraps teaches, your scraps are valuable. Don't ever waste any vinyl that you don't have to. And there we go. That's what we're working with. We'll bring our green mat back in, because like Tanner and anybody, Annie Tay, Lauren Lasky, any of them will tell you, your mat is your third hand and works wonders for helping you to weed. Now, like Rachel and Tanner will tell you, always burnish before you weed. Difference is I don't like to burnish directly on my vinyl, especially when I've had mess ups. So I just put my cover sheet back over it and hit it real good. This way, I don't accidentally tear a letter off, and I can hit it hard, smash it down good. Move that again. Get our weeding tool. I guess we'll start with our shimmer vinyl first. You see how easy it's weeding? That's that cutting twice for you. Look at that. You can make a stencil with what's left if you wanted to. But I'm not going to. I'm going to toss it over there on my driver's seat, because Lucifer likes playing with the weeding. I just have to clean the mess up tomorrow. We'll go ahead and get our middles out. I know a lot of people don't like weeding, but me, I find it relaxing, therapeutic. And I know not everybody does, but look at that. Dear Santa. Now I'm going to come down to this and we're going to see what we get out of it. Yeah, you see already it's not wanting to leave the letters down. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get my True Control knife and I'm going to go ahead and cut right down the middle of each sentence so that I can weed one sentence at a time using my small scraper tool, or maybe even my large scraper tool, to help keep the words down as I go. So what we're going to do, get our weeding tool back, Maybe I went a little too light. Like I said, everybody's been sharing their craft fails. Maybe I'll have one tonight to add to that list. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this so y'all can see a little better what I'm doing. I'm using my scraper tool to ride on the vinyl to help keep it down so that my letters and all stay. So like I said, this is not very good vinyl, but with some patience we can make this work. Another E that's gone. Oh, that one came up easier. There we go. We're getting somewhere, guys. Up. Our G ain't wanting to cooperate 100%, but that's all right. We'll get him to do what he got to do, right? Fold that over. So we're on the I've been good all year portion, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's what it looks like. All year. So who all's been good all year? I try. I definitely think I fall in that second to last or last category. See, our Y don't want to act right, but we're going to take care of that. Here, turned our E a hair. Like I said, this Target vinyl is not anything you want to go spend your money on. And there's our period that we're about to lose. Voila. That layer is done. At least the hard part of it is. Now this is just real simple. I'm going to say that, but look, our B. Remember that B messed up in the cutting process, so we're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves here. And we're going to hold it down. Use our tweezers. Try and... Oh, there goes our B, guys. And we have our craft fail for the night. It did not cut the back of that B. So what I'm going to have to do is put it back down here. Position it like so. Get it down flat again. And we're going to get out our True Control knife. We're going to go ahead and cut that one little section that the machine didn't get. And hopefully now that I've done that, it'll let me pull it off. tugging on it. We're gonna get it. We're gonna find something that works, guys. We don't ever give up. Voila. That worked. Place him back on his lines. There we go. Just like he was meant to be. Get middles out of the O's. As you can see, this stuff is not cooperating very well, so we're gonna try to do it where we don't mess nothing up. A little bit of patience goes a long ways. And then all we got left to weed out on this is our A's. Gotcha. Alright. Now for the next part. That one decided to tear. It's okay, we got this. We're some professionals. We're not gonna let some cheap vinyl stop us. Even though it's doing its best, like Tanner would say, the devil's playing with the church's money, the church. I wonder if I should have went to bed instead of doing this, guys. Lord knows I got to be up in about 6 hours to start working again, but this is what I do. This is how I wind down from my day and get ready for bed. This is a good thing I ain't got to go far to go to bed. When this is over, I just turn off the video and I'll probably edit it tomorrow and post it to YouTube and the Facebook group. I'm sticking to my mat. There we go. There's okay most of the time. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do these other long pulls real quick before I do my center weeding. guys. Just taking our time. Trying to make sure our letters stay where they're supposed to. Ooh, that I didn't want to stay. Like I said, guys, if this was like some 651 vinyl, this wouldn't even be an issue. This would have been weeded, and we'd be on our way. But we're doing all right. There you go, Lulu. Get it. I'm gonna have vinyl in my hair again. Forgot to take it off my finger. I'm running my fingers through my hair. There we go. Got a good start again. Gimme! Gimme, gimme, gimme. Oh, almost forgot that we got the check mark in this final box. Because apparently we've all been naughty, which the cool part about it is the check mark doesn't have to stay in that glass box. And I think because I'm a fan of not just using other people's stuff, trying to make everything my own. We're gonna go ahead and do a small thing to make this our own, and we're gonna move the mark to where I think I belong. Little bit period, we're gonna go with it, eh? So that ain't wanting to cooperate at all, guys. Those L's just won't come right on off. Down here. Something tells me I missed something there. Just swore I was supposed to have some kind of punctuation in it, if I'm not mistaken. No. Annotate it and punctuate it. Sticking in the mat again. It's okay. We don't whoop this sucker. He's coming whether he wants to or not. Alright, T, where are you at? I see we had a part of the T that didn't want to cooperate there. We'll get it in the weeding in the middle. Get it, Luke, get it. So, all I'm going to do is go through here, because it's so finicky to weed, and just pull at all of them to loosen up. See, that one came. See, like that one wanted to cut up. Lulu, come on, man. You jealous you're not getting the craft tonight? Fix our eye right here. I think we lost a period, guys. You know what? We ain't gonna worry about that. The grand scheme of it all, we can accommodate that. Watch this. We are going to snip it and come over here. Rotate it in place. There we go. We got our period back. Well, our O came up, but again, it's the beauty of this is you can just go ahead and I can see my lines where it belongs. I can go back in here and line it up pretty much on point. A. O here. O here. Alright, and I believe that is everything. Take that off my fingers. And all we're going to do is I'm going to gently lift our check mark up. And I think I've been okay most of the year. Now we need our transfer tapes, which just by luck this one's the perfect size for this. And dear Santa, we will cut right here on this line. Again, this is strong grip for the shimmer because the regular grip transfer tape would not even start to lift that off. Alright guys, move this stuff out the way. You see how I pulled it off and it curled? So, keeping that in mind, we're going to take our finished products off. We're going to use our scraper tool so that we can help prevent any damage to our stickers. Go ahead and recover this. Or actually, no, we won't. We're going to go ahead and get our magnet now. We're going to come set it down so that we know it won't move on us. Okay. So that I can stop sticking to the rest of the mat. We're going to cover up what we're not using up here. Okay. Now, we're going to start with Dear Santa. And as always, you want to burnish it really well. Go ahead and start peeling it up. Now, sometimes you get lucky, and look at that. It's just coming right off. No problems, okay? But sometimes it won't do that. So when it doesn't want to come up easy like that, take it, fold it over, and I'll just roll my fingers like so. And it'll walk it right off. You're pushing down and back at the same time. And come off nice and smooth. Now, one more step before I forget to do it. I can get the tape to let me go. Even though this is vinyl that we put on here, I've touched it, I've moved it around. We're going to go ahead and give it a wipe down with the alcohol real quick. Hit it with the dry side so it dries a little faster for us. I'm ready for bed, and I'm sure this video's gotten pretty long by now. So, let's make sure we're good and dry. We ain't got no residue, no little wet spots. Yep. Alright, and now I'm going to give it a little bend. First, I'm going to stretch it, make sure we like where it's at. Remember, we got to make sure we leave the right amount of space. And that looks pretty good to me, so I'm going to go ahead and let it down. Nope. See, that strong grip don't like to let go once it's down. Look at it, make sure we like it. I'd like to go ahead and take this and make sure that it looks like it'll fit, and it will. So now I'm just going to give this a little burnish on there. Use our tool to get our tape up, which the strong grip transfer tape and the light grip cricut transfer tape is reusable the majority of the time, but as bad as this is sticking to the other vinyl, I got a feeling this is going to want to curl on me. I may not be able to get it back on its plastic. There we go, guys. There's our Dear Santa. See, here's our backing for our strong grip, but you see how it's curling real bad? There's the deal for that. Okay. Like I said, it's curling up on me. I may not be able to save it. There we go. Salvaged. Now, we're going to get our big scraper tool, varnish this down, which shouldn't have a hard time getting this to peel up to stick to the transfer. What I'm worried about is it sticking down when we try to take the transfer off. So, again, it appears to just be coming off the backing real easy. And as you saw when we were weeding, it didn't want to stay on the backing while we were weeding, so kind of figured it would come off of here easy. Alright. Spin. Ooh. It's trying to get me. Spin this one around. Look at there. That looks so much better than that first one that I did, which we'll bring it back in for a side-by-side comparison. Again, we're going to pull this back slowly, and we're going to keep it nice and flat against the magnet, because we don't want it to actually accidentally take up that cheap vinyl. Which it seems like it stuck better to the vinyl than it did its carrier sheet, which is a good thing. Oh guys, I just noticed two things. One, we're about to lose our little makeshift period here. Yeah, our transfer tape sticking to the, which, you know what, I got a bunch of this. I'm not even gonna try. Besides, Lucifer likes playing with it. It's sticky. But our R, we forgot to take the center out of this R. But we got it. It came out for us. We'll look it over once more, make sure we didn't forget nothing else. And it looks like we're done, guys, for the night. I'm going to go ahead and bring the other one in for a comparison view, which will be fair. Go ahead and move that and stick her on down to the mat so she's nice and flat like the other one. And look at her. Obvious differences. That's like, see, I didn't know about rubbing alcohol for this, and that's peeling up right there. Just obvious differences in time and experience, guys. But I love this one. This one came out awesome. Like I said, all we did was move the check up to where I feel like I belong on the list, and we made it our own just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull y'all off of here if I can. And I don't know how to switch the camera around. Hopefully y'all looking at me now. But that's my first video crafting inside my truck. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I'm going to do my best to try and edit it out some to shorten it a little bit, because it looks like it went a little over an hour. Good night, guys. It is late. I'm sure by now it's closer to 5 o'clock in the morning. And I need to get some sleep before I leave at 10 o'clock in the morning. You have a great night, great morning, great whatever it is for you. And I'll see y'all next time.